You're listening to the Mark Bradford Alchemy for Life podcast.
An excerpt from The Sword and the Sunflower audiobook. Well, hey there, welcome back. Taking a break from fixing the world's ills and helping you with time, energy, and resources, and dealing with stress and all that other good stuff. Instead, I'm going to share with you a sneak peek, only being shown on this podcast, of the audiobook of The Sword and the Sunflower. So this chapter, the very first, was literally just recorded. Part of sharing this with you is making sure that I don't spoil anything. So what I will share with you are the parts and preview that are already on Amazon if you click on the book and say look inside. I don't want to spoil anything. In fact, this does not include the new introduction that's part of the new published version of this, which anyone who's ordered in the last month or so has gotten that version. So enjoy, and I hope you like it. The agreement. Do you know the origin of your name, Bishop? It asked of him, with a voice that was an entire chorus, and the tower resonated with the sound. The voice spoke firmly and gently. It whispered and yelled. It was many and one, and it would make any man mad to listen to it. But it did not this day, perhaps because he already was. Lucian spoke back to the statue. I know many things, and many things have changed. Some information can be trusted, Lightbringer. The voice interrupted, almost laughing, as if revealing the final line of a very elaborate joke. Lucian closed his mouth, not sure how to feel, not sure what the voice wanted by the statement. I see. You are named after the one that attempted to bring light to your people. Lucian stared into the eyes of stone. They did not blink. He failed. I will not fail, the bishop replied immediately, thinking this was a challenge, or perhaps that it was suggesting his namesake caused him to be destined to fail. We have a deal, and you are bound by it. Yes. The voice drew out the single syllable, and the wall shook with it. It affirmed what Lucian said, but was also perturbed. Was there anger, or was it hate he heard? Seek the assassin and pray once again. Lucian knew there was nothing it could do, but he was also in a precarious position. He had harnessed lightning in a bottle months ago. He had done the impossible. The saint was in his keeping, and would provide all manner of knowledge and power. But it had also alerted him to a danger with an augury. Lucian would be struck down in a mere week. A great warrior, one known about the land, would visit him in this very tower and strike him down. The saint could not protect him, but could provide a means for a proxy to do so. The assassin. But this would not be a simple case of pitting one fighter against the other. Nay, the warrior is much too powerful. The assassin could not defeat this warrior. He would be helpless. The voice had told him this almost a month ago, and with it had led him to a scroll that would foretell the prophecy. There was a problem, though. Lucian's ability to translate the ancient language was marginal at best, and he was running out of time. The voice would do what it was asked, but only what it was asked. It could not provide information or translate the scroll, or rather, it provided its own information when it wished it. Though it was in his service, it could only act based on a specific prayers of Lucian. And it could not tell him what to pray for. This he found profoundly annoying. The scroll had been before him for many days, and he had focused all of his efforts on translating it. Oftentimes he wondered if it simply said he was doomed, spelled out his death, but thoughts of that ilk were quickly washed away by his pride, being so powerful as to be part of an ancient prophecy. He had accomplished much, and his accomplishments had justified his actions. Every one of them. He was indeed an important part of the church as a whole. Perhaps one day he would be a saint. Day and night he worked at the document until finally he translated it. Striketh the warrior when ne'er be more weak. Motion is set when ye find what ye seek. Once again he prayed, and his audience was granted. He described what had been translated, and he asked specifically for help in sending someone to this warrior when they were at their weakest. He just needed a warrior, one that was ruthless, a killer, one that was single-minded in purpose and would not fail him. A simple mercenary would not do, nor would a barbaric fighter of some kind. He had considered freeing a prisoner to do the bidding. Even the strongest of warriors had their limits. Lucian needed more than just skill. He needed something else. Or an individual weighed and found wanting. He needed someone with no heart, because their heart had been taken from them. So that's chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to share more audiobook chapters on the podcast, let me know. Otherwise, I will return you to our regularly scheduled program, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Also, I'm probably going to tell you this anyway in the bumper, so never mind. Hey, it's me. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Got to tell you that The Sword and the Sunflower has been out, and if you pick up a copy of The Sword and the Sunflower, you'll be ready for the release of Amira, the epic conclusion to the story of The Sword and the Sunflower.